Hi there. Today we are going to go through running a collection or material type list, which is what we usually consider a shelf list. And there are a lot of reasons that you would run a shelf list for your library. You can use them for inventory or to get a list of lost or missing items. You can use them for analyzing circulation or to aid in weeding or collection development. You can use them for general database cleanup, finding items that are listed in the wrong locations or material types, and a lot of other things. I use these shelf lists practically daily. So the first thing you'll do is head to your dashboard and go to Circ Reports and click on Report Writer. And a lot of times there will be a ton of different options for you depending on how many you've run in the past. There might be one that you can just edit and schedule instead of starting from scratch. So for example, if I wanted to see a list of lost and missing items, there's already a report that was created in the past, and I could take a look at that and maybe use that. For our purposes today, we'll write a new report. And you always want to do item report. It'll give you the best information. And once again, you have to choose items, select a field to search, and this is where you can decide what you're looking for. You can search by current library branch location collection. That would give you anything that might be in a temporary status like newly acquired. You could search by material type if you're looking for all of your DVDs or all of some equipment or something like that. Permanent branch location collection, this is the one I use the most when I'm doing circulation reports for weeding and things like that. You could do status, and that would be great for doing a patron lost, missing, claimed, returned, things like that. If you're looking for all of the materials that might be damaged. For our purposes, we will choose a permanent branch location collection, and we will choose it equal to what I'm going to choose is our professional reference collection. If you want to choose more than one thing, you can do it two ways. Either you can hit Control and select another option, or you can add a parameter and do another items and do another permanent location equal to, and then you will get all of the items in both of these parameters, not that fit both, but the combination. So I don't need that one. I am going to go to select output fields up here in the right-hand corner. And now you get to choose all of the things that appear in your report. And you can choose as many or as few as you want. It just makes the report a little larger, takes a little longer to run. But I typically would rather have more information than I need. So I like to start with author title, call number, barcode. Having the barcode in there is really great if you need to fix some records. You'll just have it right there instead of having to search the catalog for it. Date of publication is great if you're weeding, especially in nonfiction. If you aren't sure whether you have things in newly acquired or some other current branch location, you can choose that. The date you added it to the catalog. You can choose last checkout date, which gives you the last time it was checked out from the collection. You can choose the number of Circ all items last year, number of Circ all items this year. Those are not helpful because if there are other copies in the system, it gives you a Circ number for all of those items. So it's a lot more useful to choose number of Circ items last year for this item. So it only gives you the one that's in your collection. And then in-house checkouts would be something that we don't use a lot, but if it were to be checked in, even though it was already in, it would give you a number for that. You might care about price or the current status of the item. If you're doing a weeding list, status will be important because then you'll know if it's in transit or if it's checked out or something like that. And then you can move these around. I like to have last checkout date all the way at the end so that it's easiest to sort. I like to move my call number up, but you can put them in whatever order you'd like. And then you save your report, name it something, and once you click save, it'll ask you to schedule the report. And go ahead, and I always move it back a couple hours. It doesn't really matter. And just click schedule. And then you will head over to run or view reports, I'm sorry, to find your report. And this takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it's really, really fast. Sometimes it's not. But when it's still running, you'll see the name hyperlinked. And when it's complete, you'll see a blue hyperlinked file name. So we can just hit refresh until it's here. And once it is, we'll be able to open it up and take a look. So now that the reference report has been completed, we can click on that hyperlink and open it in Excel. And here it comes. And there are a few things that are really important. The first thing you need to do is click Enable Editing so that you can use the data. And the next thing I always recommend is you grab these first few header lines and right-click and delete them, because there are some merged things and it'll really screw up your sorting if you need to look at this data in a different way. So now you'll see across the top all of the fields that we had chosen, and then last checkout date is the one I care about if I'm doing a weeding report or something like that. So let's say that I want to see last checkout date sorted. I will select all of these fields, go to the sort and filter and custom sort, and I will sort by last checkout date A to Z. It will ask if I want to sort anything that looks like a number as a number, and I would like to do that. And so here I have last checkout date, oldest to newest, with one stipulation, and I will get to that here. If we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the collection, here are things that don't have a last checkout date. And that's either because they've never been checked out or for some other reason. And when this happens, if you're doing a weeding report, it's important to look at the date you added it to the collection, because it could be because it's old and it's just never been checked out, or it could be because it's a brand new item and just hasn't had a chance to circ yet. So like this one, it doesn't have a last checkout date, but it's brand new. So if you have any questions about shelf lists or other uses for them, please give me a call. Our number here is 608-822-2193, and I'd be happy to help you out. Thank you.